on the chat. Before I do that, I'll hand over to Ekta and to Sonali. They'll just take you through the business mentorship program that we are offering. It'll just be a quick 10-15 minutes of the explanation. They'll just guide you through that, and then we'll go back to the clearings and stuff with whatever. Then I'll take on your questions then. So let me make Ekta the co-host too. And as I mentioned yesterday, this idea was Sonali's. So she was the one who put this in my head and said, go ahead, create it. She sort of streamlined it for me. And Ekta is the one who created the website for me, the page to register and all. And they've done an amazing job. So they'll just they'll do a better job at explaining it. So yeah, I'm handing it over to them. And then after that, I'll take on your questions. And there's still so much more that I have to cover with you guys. The call is supposed to be for 1 hour, and we'll just take a call on that. So over to you guys. Do you want me to make one of you the host? Would you be able to share the screen?
I can share. I guess Ekta can also share then.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Smriti, for actualizing it. I'm super grateful that the time has come that we are actually launching it and opening it for so many people. And
yeah,
since we have
you had mentioned it in June, I think, or May or sometime, like long back.
April, yeah.
April, yeah. See,
and
so
it took
cool.
us like 9 months to bond this.
Cool, yeah, good.
So yeah, but the energy of it, when I actually created it for the first time in my head, and I texted you, and only your name could pop up at that point of time, with the energy that it was, asking for. And from then to now, the energy is so much more expansive, and it's just blowing me all the time. And I'm super excited for everybody to have a look on what an amazing website Ikta has created, and what an amazing brochure she has designed for us. And before that, I would like to address who is it all for. Whether you have a dream that you would want a business, or whether you have a business, or whether you have an idea, whether you do not have an idea, or whether you already have an idea of what does that business should look like, and you would want it to actualize, or you already have a business and you would want it to fast track. For everybody, this program is designed, and this program is gonna take you step by step and remove all your barriers and provide you all the information and clear all the roadblocks that are stopping you to make it that expansive, amazing, big empire of your own. And we are going to put you on the rocket, handhold you, push you, and maybe beat you, maybe, love you, pamper you, support you, whatever is required from our end to make it happen. And this is only for people who are not going to have any other choice. So Smriti had made this very clear that it is going to be only for people who are willing to make it happen, and who are gonna soar at the end of it. So we are opening it now, and the program starts on 17th of December. And you can make a choice if you would want to choose this expansive energy and create it now. And so I guess Ekta, would you like to share the screen and show us the website?
Yeah, I'll do that. Just give me 1 second. Just hold on. Sorry.
I have opened if you want. Yay.
It's open.
Yes.
Oops, sorry.
You can explain.
I have to say, I have two versions of the website. Sorry. Okay, so fast track your business.
No, that is published.
Yeah, this
you go to smritigoswami.com directly, so that people would relate and open it directly.
That's okay. Continue.
It's the same thing. Yeah. Okay. For those of you who don't know, the website is smritigoswami.com. So, Fast Track Your Business 2021. I have been excited. Actually, secretly, somewhere in June, I had been asking to do business done different with Smriti. I, in fact, messaged her also. I was like, I can build your website. I can do anything. Like, can I, can I do this class with you? I'll do anything. And unfortunately, she didn't see my message, and that class got over, but it was always there at the back of my mind. And here we are. I actualized that. I built the website, and I'm part of the mentorship program, and I'm so excited because um, for almost a year and a half, like, this idea has been brewing in my head and just brewing, and I have been contemplating whether to take someone on, whether to start by myself. And I never was self motivated enough to just leap. And it's always good, like, to have someone push you off the cliff. And who better than, like, a joy of business facilitator who has been facilitating for so long, and like to just like clear away all the funk around everything that I have about this business that I want to start. And yeah, I'm ready to leap. I have taken all the steps necessary to get to this point where I'm like, yes, now all I need is someone to just hold me and make me fly. Like, just, I've been so excited. And when I was creating the website, everything was just flowing because I knew what I wanted from this program, and this was it. So, to introduce everyone to it, it's like, are you all guys ready to leap? Are you all fed up of living your dreams just in your head, or do you want to actually go out there and create that life for yourself? Because it's fun in your head, but it's just going to be there, right? Is now the time to, like, go out there and actually live the life, actually fly business class and enjoy all the luxuries.
And Smriti, actually, in so many of her sessions, has inspired me and so many other people to have that, to acknowledge that potential within them, that you can have
Yeah.
your own life and you can have your own business. And this is such a beautiful opportunity to actualize it and see it in this reality. And
Yeah.
what would that look like?
Yeah. And what better than to create in a situation where the world is crying, that there's not enough of money and there's not enough of all of that. Imagine if we just had Smriti hold our hands, if we acknowledged our brilliance, and if we could create and out create our limitations and everything that the world is selling to us at the moment. Like, what if we could create more money than we ever imagined, and more money than before COVID also?
Even I launched my first like profit startup. I started in April when COVID started, and I launched on 10th October. And I'm super excited that this is gonna be such a, such an amazing opportunity for that venture also to have this
Yeah,
guidance all through. And so many more opportunities and business has come up during this COVID.
exactly. Like,
All the world is possible now.
I think a lot of us have become super creative during COVID and created multiple streams. But now I feel like, to solidify it, not just to, like, keep some external thing like COVID, keeping me creative and keeping me on my toes. What if I could actually have someone guide me through that process and, keep that going? I don't want an excuse like COVID to, create. I want to create because I can create. And then I'm acknowledging my brilliance in all those creations. So, and then create more from that.
Before you actually show them the steps, one thing more I would like to share. So I have been running this organization Sonona since 3 years, and until I actually had this mentorship through Smriti and other people, um, I was stuck in my business for a really long time, and I did not know how to move forward. And that's when I approached Smriti and other for business facilitators to remove me from there. And the moment I actually, got that one barrier removed, um, the first thing that I acknowledged was that okay, that I do not have clear goals and targets in my head.
Yeah.
And even when I got those goals and targets, the next thing came up, oh my God, I require a team. I cannot do it all alone. And then I again required guidance in handling a team because I never handled a team before. And it was people of five. And I was like, oh my God, how am I going to handle all these people? I cannot even handle myself. So,
True.
and then when I got passed through that, something else came up. And I lived this journey for an year at least, I guess, and had been through all these phases. And along with me, I guess Priti and Ekta also. So, what we actually tried to do is to cover all those blocks that you receive step by step before, when you're ideating it, when you're actually putting it in words, and energetically how much committed you are to that idea or to that business or to your own life, all these energetic blocks that you create. And even when you pass that, and when it is not just about you, but it also includes other people into it, and then how you deal with that equation.
Yeah.
And even if I go further, it just one layer after other, one layer after other. So the only thing that I could think of, and that's how this idea got created in my head, was to have this step-by-step mentorship program where, and Smriti was so generous to actually say these words that I'm gonna handhold you from first step and make sure that you reach to the last where you want to reach. So, and this is how we have designed this program, so that you never feel like that you're alone. And especially as the entrepreneurs, we often feel like that we are all alone into this and nobody's there, and you're just doing stuff on some Excel, on some software all alone. So you also feel that sense of community, and you also feel that sense of support around you. So this is what it is gonna have. Yes, I'm done. Thank you.
No, so I think it's amazing because the mentorship is not only about hand holding, I'm guessing, but it's also about creating a community of like-minded people who are like like totally dedicated and totally committed to creating greater in their lives. And like not creating for the sake of creating, but like to truly explore their potential, to truly like put themselves out there, be vulnerable, and experience themselves on a whole new level.
And
So,
how much such a circle inspire and motivate each other into it,
yeah,
that you cannot take a step back. There are so many people moving forward with you.
yeah. And everyone can be at different stages, and that's fine. It's just that there will always be someone who's had some experience that you're going through or some wisdom to share. So apart from, Smriti guiding us, it will be like the entire group energy that will be creating a lot more.
Yes.
So yeah, so I dive right in?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so were you taught how to launch a business? How many of us were actually truly taught how to get our idea out of our heads onto paper and into the real world? Like, it's so hard for so many of us to even acknowledge that our idea is good enough to be put on paper, let alone to be like, let out into the world. So a lot of our businesses are created and killed in our head, and we fail to start because of these mental blocks and these limitations that we have
You are not
created.
worthy.
Sorry,
Because you are not worthy, you
I'm not.
cannot.
I no,
Somebody
I'm
else
not
is already
worthy.
created so much bigger than
Yeah,
you.
there are so many people running, different organizations with, in my industry. So how am I going to stand out?
Yeah.
So the next step is acknowledging your brilliance, right? It's like only when you acknowledge that you can create only what you can create and there is no one else like you, will you be able to successfully launch your business, right? So where all Smriti is going to help you identify your brilliance and make you acknowledge it, because there's no one like you. So yeah, we will acknowledge as a group also, we will acknowledge your brilliance, we will make you shine, we will guide you through this process.
So can I just add something about acknowledging your brilliance?
Yes.
The thing is, most of us are not even aware of our brilliance. So
Yeah.
usually when people meet you, it's so easy for them to see your brilliance and know everything about you, especially your capacities and capabilities and your potency. However, mostly you end up meeting people who are scared of that and would rather hope and pray that you don't acknowledge that about yourself. So, in this group, we'll be here pushing you, motivating you, making sure everybody, not only just you, but everybody else also acknowledges your brilliance. So, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And those of you who don't know what your brilliance is, we will help you find it. We will help you identify your brilliance. What comes easy for you might not be as easy for others, and maybe that's where your brilliance lies. And then we have the pragmatics of business. So we're not, while it is going to be heavy use of access tools, we're going to make sure that you actually get things done in the real practical world, right? So there is energetics, but there's also the practical aspects of it. And we will ensure that there's like a balance between the two. So you're not only in your head working on your limitations, but you're actually physically getting over those limitations as well. And we will guide you into creating a successful business model that works just for you. It's not going to be, a copy paste model of what others have done out there, and what other people are doing out there. We're not going to give you things that you can copy, but we will guide you into creating something that works for you. So that is, I think that's one of the unique things about this mentorship program, where you will learn what works for you. And then you'll generate income, more income with total ease. So we will help you identify your core source of income, how you can create additional sources of income around it, as well as create recurring revenue streams, so that not only are you supported by the business that you're running, but also you have other sources of income pouring in case you're in the creation stages of your business and it's not creating money, like, the creation process is taking time, and till the time you launch it, you have other sources of income supporting you and the life that you'd like to have.
Yes, and it will also include your what is the pricing for your workshop, how much should you price it, and how much hours it is, and all that funk that we get into. And before that, what was it? Generating more income, how to create a successful business model. I would really like to say how many times we get an idea and we actually kill it because we try to mimic a model and we try to see how other people are doing it. But when we try to do it, it is not fun anymore because we do not follow what's true for us, what light for us, and how we would like to actualize and what is our uniqueness in it. So, and then it gets boring and then it gets not so interesting because that's not us.
Yeah.
So,
Then it just becomes like I need to tick something off, like, oh my god, I need to like create an Instagram thing and post and create a buzz, and then you're like, oh, but it got boring real quick, and then you're not like consistent.
It's also because you're trying your best to be like someone else.
Yeah.
So how long can you sustain that? So this is about bringing your energy into this business of whatever you're looking to create.
Thank you for saying that, Smriti. How much our business is actually a projection of ours. Like this business mentorship program is also your own mentorship program, and how much whatever we be, our business would exactly look like.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay. So then with all these steps, you're officially on the fast track where you're creating, energetically, you're creating in the practical world, you're following the energy, creating your own business models, and you're generating income, right? So Smriti will ensure that you are on track to creating a successful business for you. And that matches your energy, and you are being completely you in all of it.
Also, no matter which level you start from, whether you're a beginner, whether you just have a business idea in your mind, or you've already established and you're looking to exponentialize that, this will be a fast track for every step. Okay, so no matter where you are, just know it'll be a fast track, like a rocket ship launching to whatever heights you're willing to create and go. And as I mentioned, even the sky is not the limit to what you can choose to be and create for yourself. So yeah, so that's why the fast track.
Yeah. And also, it's like, I think what we would sit around, wait and mull over and take months to create this program, and the energy of this program will force you to create, because there were going to be, so what's included? There's going to be 6 masterclasses, right? There will be 1 to 2 hour long masterclasses every month. So, then we will have group facilitations, and where it will be on Zoom, that will be live, or Facebook Live as well. And there will be energy pulls for your business. So with that, and we will have one-on-one facilitations as well. So each month, a couple of members from this program will be called upon and will be facilitated one-on-one by Smriti. So these things ensure that we are in touch with you every single week. We're keeping track of your progress. We're constantly pushing you. We're giving you all the information in the masterclass that you need. We will be assigning home place tasks that you will need to get done within the month, right? And the group facilitation will be based on the group energy, will be based on where everyone's at in their business. Will be like giving you information that you require to either jumpstart or exponentialize. Energy pulls will be for creating more, for removing blocks, and a whole bunch of things. And one-on-one facilitations will cater to your specific business problems, whatever your life.
And the
Right?
one-to-one facilitation will also be live streamed on that private Facebook group.
Yeah.
So that you can receive from that facilitation. So even though there'll be just a couple of people at a time, one at a time, whatever I'll be facilitating, whoever, whatever that facilitation would create, the kind of change that it would create for that person, you all get to receive that change. So
and we will be creating a private Facebook group for all the members who are part of this program. And it's going to be a safe space where everyone can share their progress, their growth, their problems, and help one another through this process. We will also be providing audio replays, clearing loops, PDFs for everyone after each of these sessions, which is the masterclass, the group facilitation, and the one-on-one facilitation.
This is the one of the most exciting part for me is to imagine an exclusive group of people who are willing to create their own business and or on this journey together,
and who are
and how
willing
much
to leap.
yeah, who are ready to leave, and how much we can push, how much we push each other, how much we can co-create together, and how much we can actually be a contribution to each other. And I always really wish to have a community like that for myself, and this is the time. So thank you.
And yeah, and a group of people who have each other's back. So just know that you won't be alone, and you're not alone. So
yeah, that's,
yes.
I think, rare, like having each other's back in business, like having each other's
Really?
back. Otherwise, is you can always rely on a whole bunch of people, right? But how having someone's back in business and in what you'd like to create in your life, I think it's very rare, and it's a unique opportunity. And I hope like all of y'all decide to jump in on this.
Cool.
So yeah, do I go through
Can
the
we?
testimony?
We do not have the pricing in it.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Okay.
So join us today, and with a one-time payment, you will have to make only for the 6 months program, you will just have to pay 60,000. So it'll work out to 10,000 rupees a month. And if you decide to do monthly installments, it will be 72,000 or 12,000 rupees per month. And you can pay via Razorpay. It accepts all wallets, and it also accepts PayPal.
And that is $820 only.
Yeah.
And
That is
about
811.
700.
I rounded it to 820. And this is this is very cheap right now. And next year when we are gonna launch it again, this is gonna be double.
Yep.
That's one.
Absolutely.
It's
Cool.
time to grab it.
All right. Thank you so much, Ekta and Sonali. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And
I'm just
I've
so
shared the website link on the chat. So whoever wants to register, you can, or you can also connect to me or Ekta for any questions or any help in registration.
cool. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cool.
Thank you.
Now, let's get on with what we were doing also. So thank you. This is a nice way to launch the whole thing. Yesterday, I just rushed through it, and I also wasn't feeling too well. So I guess I just messed it all up. So anyways, what else is possible, and what can we create from this space today onwards? So let me take on the questions that certain people had put up on the chat. And if anyone wants to ask some more questions, you're most welcome to go ahead with that.
Preeti has raised hand.
Yes, Preeti, go ahead.
Smriti, I would really like to thank you. And I'm glad yesterday I spoke whatever I spoke. And today you did a lot of that clearing. And I realized I am picking up a lot of other people's financial lack, really. And it has really shifted a lot in me. I'm really thankful to you. And I'm really getting excited to join this course. Honestly, I'm seeing it, I'm just seeing it, it is going to definitely create greater for me. I mean, thank you so much. And yeah, thank you so much.
You're
Let's do
welcome.
it all
And
again.
and thank you
all
for
again.
bringing it up yesterday. And I did address it at that time, but I also got this weird sense that everybody had that weird funk around money. And my only thought was, there's so much information that I keep giving. Where are you not guys not even willing to apply that? What's going on here? So that sort of bugged me a bit, because it's not because I want people to choose this program. That is just follow the energy with whoever you require, whoever will contribute. But my thing was, there's so much. I'm giving you information. Come on, guys, start making use of it. Start being present to whatever's going on. You have all the possible tools. Why are you still choosing to be stuck is what I was looking at addressing today. It's not just for you, Preeti, it is for everyone here on this call. Where are you still choosing to be stuck? You have all the possible tools. Get moving, start choosing, because creating a more dynamic life and business starts with you choosing it every day, every 10 seconds. You have to choose that. That's when it starts getting created. We can spend a lot of time just focusing on the lack, or why things are not happening, or, oh my God, how will that happen? Will this person also choose or not choose? That's what I want to create. So, like, for example, we're deciding to launch this. And we will continue with this program. Whoever wants to join are most welcome to join. But otherwise, it's okay. The thing is, we are committed to creating it. That's what matters. Okay. That's what you're telling the universe. I'm choosing this. Make it happen. It's that demand. It's how stubborn you are about not giving up is when things get moving, and there's a forward action. I'll just quote an example. We were traveling from Delhi to Mumbai, and so the aircraft, it was a smaller aircraft, okay, and my daughter's getting into flying, and so she just saw that aircraft and she's like, this is such a tiny aircraft. And I was like, you don't say that, because you never know, you might be flying one of these, and you don't say that to that aircraft. So she's like, no mom, I'll only fly 777s. And I was like, how can you be so sure? Like, you what if you get to fly this? She said, no, I will only fly the bigger aircrafts. I will fly 777s. And after that, I didn't say anything. But so every time I'm just observing people and how they're choosing certain things. It's that where you're not willing to take no for an answer, where you're like, I don't care, I'm going to make this happen. This is what I want in my life, and I'm choosing this. Universe, make it happen for me. That's the energy is what I'm looking for when you choose this program. It's like, I'm committed to creating that change. I'm committed to creating a bigger, greater business for myself and a greater life for myself, and I'm choosing it. That's the energy that I'm looking for. And even if you don't have that, I'll be pushing you and reminding you every time. So that's what it is about. So thank you, Preeti, for bringing it up, because what you mentioned was not just your thoughts, it was also how much were you picking up those thoughts from people. Not about how content you are, it is about where are you depriving the world. If you're not willing to show up as dynamically right out there, where are you depriving the world of the brilliance of you, of the gifts that you have to offer, of when you're consulting and when you're creating, you're healing people? Where are you depriving them when they have no idea, they have no clue that you exist, right? So that is what I'm trying to say. It's not just about how big is your ask, but how big are you willing to be? How much are you willing to contribute? How much are you willing to show up and just be there in the world for people to see? So that's what it is all about.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vanna. All right. So now coming back to with respect to money. When you're looking at creating something, so I won't take too much time. This call was only supposed to be 1 hour, just about 15 minutes more, 10 minutes more. Just give me some time. Okay, so we were talking about when you have to create money. Most of us, before choosing something, or before we even decide that we can choose something, or instead of just following the energy and just choosing it, we wait to create the money. And only if the money gets created is when we decide to choose that. But that doesn't happen. Just know and be present. The moment you choose something, you end up creating the money for it. The universe, the entire universe will conspire to make it happen for you. Just believe in that, know that, and receive that. Okay? Because the moment you start creating, the money starts showing up. Okay? So how do you go about that? So most of us keep waiting to create a lot of things to start being happy. Okay? But the thing is, the moment, only when every day that you live is the greatest day of your life, you are alive, and the rest of the time you gonna create more, is when you'll choose, when you'll be able to create so much more in your life. Okay? So that's what you have to be very present to. The moment you're enjoying life, having fun, creating all that you're creating, everything, there's just a level of ease. It doesn't even seem like work. Okay. With respect to the business mentorship, there was this portion where Ekta sort of mentioned that you yourself are not even aware of what you want or what you're capable of creating. Okay. I remember I'd gone to a friend's house and to judge something, like there was a photo, he and I were we were judging a photography competition. So he had just invited me to his house to go through the entire photographs and to select the winners. Okay. And before I was leaving, they just happened to mention, no, we're looking to, sort out the sofa and get it sort of, just do up our place. And we were wondering if you have some great ideas and what kind of fabric to use and all. And so I told them, hey, I'll be happy to go shopping with you guys and guide you. And yeah, this is fun for me. I really love doing all that. So, and they're like, okay, cool, we'll get back to you and we'll let you know. And then that's it. So when I came back home and I was talking to my kids and my husband, and my son said, so how much are you charging? How much are they paying you for your consultation? I was like, why would they pay me? I mean, this is fun for me, right? I would love to go and do up their house for them. He's like, so my son is like, no, but why aren't you charging them for it? I was like, because I'm not an interior designer and I really don't know how much to charge. So that's what it is. Half the time you yourself are not aware of how to monetize, how to create more revenue streams for yourself, because what you think comes so easily to you, something that's so casual, which is just fun for you and you enjoy doing, but you don't really see the worth and value of it. So you feel, why would anybody pay you for that? That's where we come in with this business mentorship, where we will see and introduce you and to all your gifts. Okay, even the ones you're not willing to acknowledge about yourself right now. Okay, cool. So how much energy are you using to not be the joyful generative expression of life called you? Everything that is. Will you now just try and uncreate it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pop, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. And just know one more thing. When you're looking at creating stuff, be willing to sort of create your life and your business from chaos. We'll be talking a lot more about it in the class whenever it does happen. What usually happens is when you're creating, because we start looking at following different people's pathways and what they are choosing, and what Sonali had also mentioned, we start looking at we try our best to be somebody else, because that's the way they've been creating their business and they have succeeded. So we decide that if we follow them to the T, that's what will create for us. That doesn't really create. What is your energy to your business? Start recognizing that and start adding that. Okay, so what exactly is chaos? It's the willingness to receive everything every moment of the day. So be aware of that, be willing to receive. Okay, and yeah, life goes, there are ups and downs. So if you look at example of air, okay, or the wind, is it consistent? It isn't really, right? It's always changing. It's sometimes hard, it's sometimes soft, it's sometimes cold, sometimes warm, sometimes hot, sometimes everything. Okay, that's what chaos is. And this universe is totally based on chaos. Okay, even when you look at nature and they have these little rows of flowers, there'll be poppy flowers, there'll be roses, there'll be different kinds of flowers on the fields especially. Okay, are they all in a row or in a particular way, or they just sort of spring up sporadically and they're just growing sporadically? That's that chaotic, abundantly and joyful expression of themselves that they're being. So that is the energy we are inviting you to with your business and your life in this creation of business mentorship. So I would be really happy to see you guys choose that and what else is possible. And thank you so much for being here